last week we have discussed on research. What is research? And this week we are planning to do understand what is literature review. So when you want to pursue your career in research, you need to understand these two key things: that what is research, and then what is a literature review, because every research needs a literature review. We need to understand previous literature, and we also need to write literature, because without literature, the listener, they can't listen to what you are saying. So it is very important that you understand on about literature review. So I would like to ask you a few questions on this. Before I ask you some questions, I just want to introduce you because some of you, I think one of you is new here. So I just want to introduce you our team. In this course, we will have Dr. Shamsul Masum. He is a lecturer in University of Portsmouth. And we also have our researcher, Wahidur Rahman, Ilyas Hossain, Murshidul Arifin. And if you work with us in future, you will be able to work with Dr. Adrian Hukut and Alexander Giob Ellisgood. You can find their details on our website. There is a list of their work and their success stories there. So we have discussed about research last week, and we have come across so many new terms, and also discussed our preferences, what we know about research and how we can conduct a research and other stuff. So I will ask you some questions. That what do you know about literature review? So if I ask Oishi Ghosh, can you answer? Can you tell me what do you understand about literature review? Oishi, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Arup, sorry. Arup, can you tell me what is a literature review?
I think literature review, we research various type of research paper, and we read this type of research paper and find out what type of work in here. Then we write from this research paper this like literature review.
Okay. What about Nahi? Can you tell me what is a literature review?
Sorry. Actually, to me, I think before starting research, there should be some pre-requirements to be analyzed. If I choose a particular area to research, then I think I should first review some of the papers that already published on that particular area, on that particular topic, so that I know how the researchers are working on that topic. So I will be able to understand what research has been done so far. By doing this, actually, what literature review does, when we are reviewing papers, we collected some points, their research, their methods, and their problems. Then we need to identify the problem, what the topic I have chosen before. Then I need to in a while.
Okay, I think we are having connection problems from Nahid. So Jubair, can you tell me what do you understand on literature review, please?
Actually, as far as I know, the literature review is a systematic process to know about the past work of the specific field what I want to research, in which field I want to research. So it's all about the reviewing the past work, past researches, and find out the limitation and their contribution in this field, and that's all. Thank you.
What about Sabina? Can you tell me what do you understand? What is a literature review?
Actually, I think literature review is one kind of narrative review, which is scholarly paper or present in current knowledge, including substantive findings, literally or narratively. And it's one kind of actually theoretical or methodical contribution in a literature review.
Thank you. Oishi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
What do you think about literature review?
Well, literature review is such kind of process that covers when we read a research paper and review their point of view, that what is their motivation or novelty or contribution and their limitation and their future work. All in all, when we write about any details about any paper, that is called literature review for a research paper.
That's very good. Thank you very much, all of you. So literature review. What is literature review? We have listened so many points from all of you that a literature review is a way of knowing previous research. A literature review is we can find it out the novelty, and also we can understand the problem, and we can also understand the solutions based on the problem. So if you are a researcher, you also need to understand first of all that what is research, and then you need to understand what is a literature review. Without a literature review, and if you can't read a literature and understand literature, you won't be a good researcher, because to become a very good researcher, you have to have understanding what is a literature review. I think you can see one tree here. So the tree is like different branches. So if I move all the branches separate, it will lose the form of the tree. Then you will understand that this is not a tree. This is just a artwork of something that describing some points. But to get the insight, you need to assemble what is this about, how it is important, or how it is linked to each other. So when you link a research, or maybe from different research together, then you will find a solid background for your research. So what we do, we normally search online or in a library of our hypothesis, that this is our hypothesis, and we want to search something on about it, and then we maybe search for thousands of different type of literature, and from there we just do some reviews, or maybe extract reviews, or heading reviews or something like that. Then we construct a very condensed is to like maybe 20, 30, 40 or 100 literature, and from 100 literature we just go through each and every literature, and then we condense it to narrow it down, and after that we can find a structure that what we want to do. So if we compare it with a tree, it's similar like that. A tree has different branches, but if you see all the branches separate, you will not find that this is a tree. So to get your desired outputs from the literature review, you have to understand each of the literature that they have implemented previously, and you know, to get the knowledge from each of them. So I think all of you already understood what is research methods. So as I said previously, that research itself includes a lot of things together. First, you need to understand how you can process a research. So if I ask you one question, is that what are the methods includes in a research? So I will ask Zubair if you can tell me the methods of research or process. How do you do a research?
Okay. In every research, there should be some method to implement the theme, or what do we want to do. There should be a method to do that thing. So currently I'm doing a community research. So in this field, I have to make some questionnaire. I have to make what should I say, some rules to how to collect those questionnaire, how to interview, and then I have to maintain those qualitative and quantitative analysis in a methodic way, or in a systematic way. So this is all about the research methods,
Okay.
or research process.
Okay. There isn't any particular methods that you can do your research, but research is always systematic, because you need to perform each of the sets to get a results out. So if I say that I'm doing a literature review, and this literature review, I need to understand the process. So what comes first? So before I start a research, I need to understand, I need to have a hypothesis. So I have a hypothesis, then I can start the research, because without hypothesis, without a research question, you can't really start a research, because what are you going to do? So research is a set of process that you need to complete one after another to find your answer. That is the main motive of the research, because why we do research? We do research to solve a problem. That's the main motive. So when there is a problem, we need to find a solutions through research to solve those problems. So there is a bunch of doings from start to the end, and combination of each with everyone construct the research methods. So research method is like you need to think about a research problem. When you have a problem, then you need to think about the research questions, that what you will find, what we will answer. Because there are, in a problem, it could be thousands of hundreds of questions, but you can't answer all of those thousands or hundreds or thousands of questions alone or at the same time. What you can do, you can construct a research questions for this problem. That if I say how to plant a tree, okay? So why you want to plant a tree? Because you need to make the weather better, or maybe you need to decrease the pollution. So what is your problem? Decrease the pollution is your problem. So to decrease pollution, you want to plant a tree. Okay, that could be one type of research. Or it could be something like that, you want to plant a tree, but your tree is not growing. So what you need to understand, that my tree is not growing, so I need to find out the solutions, or how can it grow faster. Or maybe your tree is growing faster, but you are not getting enough crops from it. So you are not getting enough fruits from it. So what you are researching, that how can I get my tree to get more fruits? So this is the thing, that a research starts from a problem. In your bare eye, you might not see a problem, but that's why we are researcher, because people, they don't see anything in bare eyes, but we are the researcher. We see a lot of problems or a lot of solutions with our bare eyes, and that's why we are researcher. So to do a research, that always we need to construct a methods, and from those methods we will come to a solution. Sorry, Zubair, you are asking something. Okay. So I'll ask you, do you know how to format a research questions, or anyone? Any of you, do you know how to format a research questions?
Mr. Shah, did you ask me something? I was disconnected. That's why I didn't hear.
Okay, so I think you were asking me something anyway. I just asked, do you know how to format a research questions?
Okay, of course, research question should be based on the theme of the research, and it depends actually. For community research, you told me that I have to make the question in a way that must not hurt the LGBT community, and so I had to keep that in mind. And of course, the question should be based on the problem we are trying to solve by our research. So it should be related to our topic, related to our theme. So that's all I can tell now. Of course, there are many other things. So that's all I can tell now.
So before you format a research questions, you need to have a research problem. So what is your research problem first? So if I say that I have a research problem, that I'm thinking this is a problem, it might not be a problem to other people, but it is a problem to me. If I say that air pollution. So in Bangladesh, it may be in village. If you go to a village, you will see that people are burning leaves or trees or branches for their food, to cook their food. And this is not a problem for them because they are used to it. But as a activist, environment activist, I see this is a very big problem, because when you burn woods, it will have carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and other elements to the air, and it will pollute the air. So this is a problem for me. So how can we prevent this problem? So to prevent this problem, we need to find the solutions. How can we prevent burning trees for our preparing food or for any other purpose? So what I can do, this is my theme, that we want to have a solutions in place in rural areas where people will not burn anything to prepare their meal. So what kind of solution I can come up with? Can you tell me? Okay, Arup, can you tell me what kind of solutions I can think of?
Okay, we can. Okay, a solar panel could be used for electric cooker. That could be a green solution. That's the thing I can think of.
Okay. Anyone else? Oishi, can you think of anything? Savina? Okay, Oishi.
I have not enough information about it. Sorry.
Okay. Sabrina, can you tell me anything else apart from the solar panel?
Mm, sorry, actually.
Okay, nothing. Nahid, can you tell me anything from this apart from solar panel or Orup?
Hello.
No. Nahid, do you have any idea? Apart from solar panel, we can think of anything else? Okay. So we got one solutions that we can implement that, but now come to the point. So Zubair has given me a solutions, the solar panel, that we can use solar energy to save pollutions. And now if I place solar solutions, and then I think, is it affordable for a farmer to implement a solar system for cooking everyday life? It is cost effective.
Actually, it's not that much cost effective compared to burning coal or wood. But what
Okay.
should I say?
Can everyone afford
It's
it?
not that much. Mr. Shah, I didn't hear you. Did
I
you
say,
ask me
can
something?
everyone afford it? Like they can get the system in place.
Yes.
Actually, they can afford it, but they don't want to afford it because there are other lots of option, and wood is very much available in Bangladesh. So why should they buy? Why should they spend money on such things?
Yes, that's a good thinking. That's very good thinking. Then now we are reforming our subject to meet the criteria, meet the requirements. So this is one thing that you are saying. So what are the alternative options? I can give you some alternative options that will suit their demand. Biogas. Okay, we can have biogas implementation in every house because how biogas produced? It produced from the uh, rotten things like the vegetable we eat and all the leaves we can put in a container, and then from those container it gives us the gas, or maybe human waste or animal waste or something like that. So that is affordable. So what we can do, instead of thinking giving electrical or expensive things, we can do a campaign to the urban areas. Like, okay, what we can do, we can build you a toilet, or a combination of toilet and a combination of storing your used leaves or something like that. That will do, that will produce your gas for your house. So what we are doing, we are not taking the freedom from the villagers or urban people. They are still using their wood, they are still using their leaves, but what they are doing, instead of burning those things, they are just rotting it down. So what it is giving them, it is giving them biogas, and it is also giving them agro-based what is called agro-based materials for their trees and other things. So this way, so we can solve these problems, and we need to teach them, and we need to find these solutions, how we can implement all of those things. What they can do, we need to change their habits towards burning. Then we need to change their habits that they think about the pollution, and they come up with a solutions that we come up with the solutions, and they can implement those very easily. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to hear from you, and I want to know, let you know that this is the process of every solutions, or this is the process of everything that.
But firstly, we need to increase awareness to people.
Yes. So
And,
this
and And people actually very much eager to use this type of things, which is they will collect very easily.
Yes, yes. So this is the research. There the research kick in, that how we can solve these problems. So this is research is not like that 1 or 2 days thing. Research is like years of experience. Research, some problems, if you want to think about some problem, they take 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. Okay. Of experience, settings can be resolved. It's not like that you can start today and tomorrow it will be resolved. No, like air pollution, it will take another 50 years to get a system in place. It's not like that you talking now and it will go tomorrow. You will, air will be very, very nice and clean and tidy. People will start, because people, they don't change their habits. They don't change their habits. So you need to implement research, and you need to let them know what is the importance of this research, and then they will slowly, gradually change their habits. Okay, sorry, Zubair, you wanted to say something?
Okay, the thing is, as far as I know, the biogas is a kind of methane gas, and it produces carbon dioxide. So, is it a solution for global warming or something like that? Because it is.
I'm not saying that it is a solution of global warming. I'm saying that you need to compare that which is less, what is called,
okay, which is less effect on global warming.
Which is less effect on global warming. So burning trees is more harmful than the biogas. Okay.
Yes.
Even if you don't, if you don't use these leaves for biogas, it will rot into the field, and it will have a biogas in the air. Okay, because you can't control them, because it's a natural thing. Something, if people die, you put them underground and they will melt with the ground. It will also generate the biogas, isn't it?
Okay, but biogas actually don't harm. I mean, as far as I know, if we burn it, then it will produce carbon dioxide. Then, and if the problem is the problem is carbon dioxide. As far as we don't burn it, the methane gas, so it don't produce any carbon dioxide, and that's how it not harm our environment.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I'm not a researcher of biomedical science, but I'm just giving you an example that how to conduct your research, how to understand your settings. So if you have a problem, then you can get a solution. Your solution might not be a good solutions, but the researcher can follow your path. Okay, what you have done, they can say, okay, this is not a fruitful solution. We can get other things in place. We don't want to produce methane. We want to produce something else.
Yes, after researching, we can understand actually which is better for global warming or anything else.
Yes,
in this case, research is important.
Yes, that's the thing. You need to start. Like if I say that in the UK that we are researching on LGBT, okay, in Bangladesh. If you think about that, in the UK, they have started it like 50 years back. You can see that they have started it to transform the society for these people who themselves afraid to say previously that they are the community of LGBT. In Bangladesh, you can't think of that. But you need to initiate a research that how to give them comfort, how to give them freedom, how to give them education. So when you come up with one solution, then your future generation, they will come more combined, more tailored, more nice solutions. But you need to start it. So why we are in research, that we need to find a solutions, we need to find a problem, then we need to research on those problems, and then we need to give a solution. That solution might be a very, very good solution, but it will give a path for others to work or think about these problems. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we talk about how to formulate a research question, so I think you can understand that we need to have a problem. To solve the problem, we need to form a question. That would be main research questions. Every research, they have a main research question, because without research questions, you can't solve a problem. You need to find, you need to answer, you need to ask questions. So that could be a main question, that how can we decrease CO2 pollution by farmer? Okay, that could be a question. So then you can find out a lot of solutions, or you can also construct a lot of other questions to support this question. Then you can ask another 10 questions to the related settings, that okay, this is our main question, and we have subset of parallel questions to answer this problem. So this is that is how a research transforms itself. So you have a main questions, and then you have a related sub questions, and then you answer the problem. Okay. Now, do you know that how to rewrite or summarize a literature? Any of you? Oishi? Okay, Zubair, please.
Okay, first of all, we have to read the literature. Then we have to find out their contribution. We have to understand the theme, and then we have to actually I was trained by Mr. Wahid Bhai, and he told me something about that. First of all, Dipto and Dipto Bhai also teach me about it. He told me that first of all we have to read the abstract, then we have to go through about in the introduction. Then if we find that we can understand, or what did we understand from the abstract, if it match with the introduction, then now we understand the thing. So after understanding the thing, we have to write it in our own knowledge or something like that.
Okay, that's okay. But to rewrite or summarize a literature, it depends. What do you want? Okay. If it also it has to be aligned with your project and project themes. I will go through with the project themes, because when you have a questions, then you have after the questions you will have a hypothesis built on. Through that hypothesis, you need to form a methodology, that how you want to perform your research. Okay, the first stage is the methodology. After the project theme, so your methodology will be based on your project themes. On methodology, you need to write. You need to think about what type of literature am I looking for, and that's one thing. What are the particulars of ethnicity or time or other settings that is related to your project theme? And then based on those project themes and based on those key requirements, you have to understand, you know, to find your literature. Okay, you can find it from online, because nowadays most of the things, literature, published literature, you can find it online, paid or unpaid. And then those literature, what you are thinking, you have to understand that what is your project theme. You need to find the answer of your project theme from those literature. So when you read a literature and when you select a literature, everyone have a methodology. Without methodology, you can't find anything, and you can't write anything, in fact, because methodology will give you the freedom to narrow it down, and then from this narrow, from those 50 to 100 literature, you again narrow it down, and you again narrow it down in a systematic way, that what you are looking for, it is met. Sometimes we do the systematic literature, we do quality assessment, because if we have like 100 literature and we can't really describe 100 literature for summarizing or for writing a opinion. It has to be less than that, because you can't describe every 100 literature to your writing or to your solution. That is not possible. It's not possible. So what we do, we implement systematic literature review, and then we implement quality assessment, and then we condense our review to maybe 30 or 40 published literature. And then from those published literature, we want to understand our thinking, that what they are thinking, and those selected literature are similar or maybe supportive to your hypothesis. That's why you are choosing them. And every researcher, they work like this way, that what is your hypothesis, and find out similar literature or similar work they have done to support your hypothesis, or maybe transform your hypothesis. So how you rewrite or summarize a literature, you rewrite or summarize a literature based on your hypothesis, that what you need.
And summarized literature is actually helpful for us at Fuser. At a glance, we can understand actually which types of actually topic involved in our literature.
So what we do, we normally support our research with the support of the other published literature, and that's why we reference them, that this has been said to this literature, it has been said to this literature, it has been said to this literature. So I have a hypothesis and I'm thinking this, and my thinking is supported by this literature, or this literature has written this, but I'm opposing it because I think this is not that. You understand? So you can support or you can disagree of such things that is present, of a solutions or of a problem. You can do both for your literature review. So when you're summarizing a literature, there is a way that you find first what we do. First, we understand the title. So we select maybe 100 titles or 200 titles. From those 200 titles, what we do, we download them. And then after we download them, we read the abstract. So which abstracts is suitable for our project theme. Then we collected some of the literature for the next stage after abstract review. Then this is a systematic way. I will let you know more about this systematic way. So when you have the abstract reviewed, then you have a grasp on the selected literature, what you want to do. Then you read all of those literature and you mark it down that, okay, this literature have said this is the novelty, or this is the problem they have tried to resolve, or this is their contribution, this is their impact, and a lot of other settings that you need to know from a literature that will enrich your knowledge and that will also support your hypothesis, or that you can also like disagree with some of the literature that you have got, because some people may say, okay, methane gas is very bad for environment, so this is not a good fruitful solution to have carbon emission in the air. And some people, they might say, okay, carbon burning leaves or trees or branches is very, very bad for the environment. So methane gas is less, what is called, less effective, or methane gas is less harmful for the environment. So we can use methane gas instead of burning coals. So you need to find out your answers from those literature. Some literature you can support them, and some literature you can argue with them that no, this is not right. This is not right. I think that this is supported. So that's why we rewrite a literature or summarize a literature based on our theme. So next, can you discuss about your writing habits? How do you think, or how do you write? Arup? Can you hear me? Okay. Oishi, can you hear me? Can you tell me about your writing habits?
Well, when I write a literature review or a research paper, firstly I read the introduction and their abstract. After understanding their motivation or goal of this paper, then I write them, and found the novelty of their paper, uh, between the difference of paper, and I found the keywords. Is it match with my keywords or not? Then I over then I read the paper whole, and understand their key points. Then I start writing my review.
So when you write your review, there is a process. Like when you read a literature, you need to understand what is the literature about and their referencing. Referencing is very, very important. I heard from some of my colleagues that how they write. Some of them say that they read the literature and then they write it down with their own words. So my question was there that if you are writing your own words, do you reference it? And some of them said no, and some of them said yes. So what you do in this situation? Like I will ask you, Zubair, I will ask you this question. So you have read a literature, and then you understand those things, and then you are writing on your own words. Will you reference it or you will not reference it?
Actually, I used to not referencing if I write it my own words, but after joining here, you told me that if we paraphrase that, we have to reference whether we paraphrase it or not, we have to use reference. So after that, I'm referencing those whether I am actually I have to paraphrase all those things, and after paraphrasing I use reference.
Okay, that's a good habit to reference it. I would say good habit, because when you preface it, that's not your own words, because you're paraphrasing something that someone else has described in their literature. So you need to understand the motive. Like if you are writing something and you have published a literature and someone else, they're using your literature and they are not giving you the credit, how do you feel? That's the same thing. This is, as we researcher, we have to have ethics built in with us. Without ethics, we can't move anywhere. So this is an ethical consideration, that sometimes you will write something that is new. That is new. You don't need to reference it. But sometimes you will write things from borrowing different literature, combining them together to your paper. That's why you need to reference it. And like when I do research, and I have these habits there. I have to read the literature, and I also, when I read a literature, I also check the references they are using. Okay, and then I download those papers and also check those paper that what they have said and how they have prefaced or how they have implement or their ideas or improve those writings to their literature. And if you are a researcher, you will do this kind of thing a lot of times, several times, that okay, they are saying this and they have referenced this textbook or this published paper, so we have to have a look what they have said. So this is the thing that you need to practice in your life, and you have to be very ethical, that what is you have learned from a literature, you need to include them as a reference. Okay, and then when you have referenced them, the other people, your published paper, they are referencing your paper, they will reference you instead of those. Then it will become your words. Do you understand the chain? So you have your words, you have referenced them on your paper, and then when it is published, the other researcher, they are using your paper, they will say you have said those. So it becomes your word. You understand
Yes.
the process? So it's not like straight away your words when you are saying it was the words of the previous researcher, but when it is published and the people are researching similar field, they have selected you, they are saying it your words. So now it become your words. So that's the ethical thinking. That's the ethical thinking and referencing things. I will go with you more on this later. So if you have, I think you always have writing habits when you're writing. Do you have any difficulties? How do you overcome those difficulties? How do you paraphrase, or how do you select a paragraph that you want to paraphrase or you want to include in your researcher? Can you tell me, Nahid, how do you do that?
Sorry, could you please? Uh,
I'm asking that, how do you overcome difficulties in your writing?
Actually, just as you said, that I had a problem actually, that while I was referencing a topic, like paraphrasing it, then if I'm using my own words, then most of the time, most of the case, I didn't actually reference it. But as you said, that it is actually important, because whether it is not plagiarized or not, it should be on the citation, because as it is their research and I'm using their thoughts and their theory, so it is important to reference it, as you said. That's true. And how I'm improving my writing skills actually, uh, what I did actually, when I about to rewrite a passage, actually, a paragraph, I first read them and understand what they said, and I don't actually paraphrase word by word or line by line. What I do, uh, I read a paragraph and then I think what they said, and I just write them down in my words. Actually, that's how I write. And if there are new things that discovered in my research, I try to be more accurate and what it's to be said, like, to be precise at what I am saying. uh, I have many friends that who does that, like, they write lots of things, lots of unnecessary topics, lots of unnecessary words, but I don't do that. I just write what are needs to be written, that exact point, that exact theory, that exact our findings. I write that actually. And actually, I had Murshidul Arifin in my university life. So he taught me a way that I have to read 3 papers at least a day, and mm, and read them and write their summaries. So in that time, I used to I couldn't actually do 3 papers per day. So what I did, I at least read 1 or 2 papers, and what I did, I reviewed that and write them down in my own words. And uh, one thing I have done, that is, when I'm doing that, I maintained an Excel sheet. What it did, when I'm
Yes, but I think we lost him. My question was, how do you overcome difficulties in your writing? When you have a literature and you need to write a literature review, that is your task. So you will have like 10 literature piled up, and you are thinking how to implement those thinking to, or how to get particulars from those literature to your writing. You might have some difficulties. And my question was that how do you overcome those difficulties? What is your pattern? Do you follow any pattern, or you just um, find some solution instant that time, and then you overcome your difficulties for writing? How do you work, Zubair? How do you overcome your difficulties?
Actually, truly speaking, it depends on the time. If I have time to do such thing, I read the literature paper, then I search on the internet to find about this topic something more. And after reading lots of sentences or lots of passages, I come up with a new idea or new line and word, and I write it easily. And if I don't have any time, if I think that if I am in a hurry, so what did I do? I just paraphrase that every sentence, and that's all I do.
Okay. That's fine. There, different people have different solutions to overcome from their difficulties. So how people overcome from difficulties? When you do research and you are working on research and you're writing, or you're paraphrasing, or whatever you are summarizing, whatever you are doing, you can follow some particulars. When I am writing something, I will follow a structure. For my writings, what I do, I always think of a structure, that what is my literature review about. So I will have like, okay, I have a abstract, and then I have introduction, and then I have a literature review, and then I have the other sections, methodology, and so on. So what I do, I always structure my document. Then I will have a graphs that what I want to do for this literature. So what I do, I first I do the methodology, that how I will conduct my literature review, and based on the methodology, I set different type of tasks. And then from there, okay, this is my methodology. So what I'm looking for the answer of these questions. So answer of these questions, then what I do, I mark most of the literature that this is the suitable paragraph for me. It supports my hypothesis, and this is also written that they are opposing my hypothesis. I also select them, that because I need to give a brief descriptions that what are the people thinking of the same thing in different times. Okay, so then what I do when I level them correctly, I copy them from the literature to my work pad, that this paragraph I will rewrite them. So what I do, I copy the paragraph, and I also insert the citation. So this is called write and cite while you write. So what you have to do, you have to cite those authors when you are writing. So I copy the paragraph and then I cite them at the end. Then what I think, sometimes I wrote them in my way or paraphrase them in my way. I will discuss about it briefly later. And then when I finished my writing, paraphrasing or summarizing, whatever, then I delete the original work from there. And at the end, I had my reference. So it goes to the end of my literature. This is one way. And if I reference them by author name or date, then I do the same thing. I copied them and then I instruct my reference, and then I wrote it down and delete the other things, and it become a solid paragraph. And when I have difficulties, well, sometimes you will not find some words when you are writing a literature or when you are paraphrasing. So what I do, I check all the literatures. I check all the literatures that who have the most appropriate writings on them. So what I do, okay, this is not, this is very difficult. I can't find any solution. So I find alternative solutions, alternative paragraphs from those literature, and then I change those with that one I have selected, because you need to write it down in a story. Like, this is my first paragraph, then it will follow to the second, it will follow to the third. So when you are leveling those in your literature, then at that time you don't think about the stages, that one after another what will flow. So sometimes this is a difficult situation that, okay, my first paragraph is saying one thing, and I need a flow to go to the second paragraph. So the paragraph I have chosen is not appropriate. So I need to find another paragraph to meet the requirements. So that way you can overcome the difficulties. Sometimes you need to take some break. So if you have worked maybe a couple of hours, then you need to take some break and then think about that, okay, what will go best with the writing that you have already done. That's another thing. You might work some other way. There isn't any right or wrong way. The main thing is to describe in a nice way and in a readable way that people will understand what you are saying. Okay. If I go to the next topic, what makes a good paragraph? Oishi, can you tell me what makes a good paragraph? What is a good paragraph?
Well, when a good concept is present perfectly, and if we understand the writer's overview by reading this paragraph, I think it's a good paragraph. If we understand their point of view and what he wants to present, their motivation about writing these things.
Okay. Anyone else? Savina, do you know what is a good paragraph?
Yeah, a good paragraph actually, it will be based on good topics, and I think it's this a good paragraph included in good keywords, idea, and structure based.
Okay. It varies what is a good paragraph. Sometimes in a paragraph, what you wanted to say, you might not finish it. Okay, it has maybe some other elements that you need to describe to the next paragraph. So a good paragraph is like that, to let your audience know what you are saying. And if you can't finish it, they have an eager to know what you are saying next. That will make you a good paragraph. Like you are saying something to an audience and you couldn't finish it, and they are eager to know that what is next.
That means a good paragraph is which paragraph actually increase audience curiosity to go the next paragraph.
It's not like curiosity to go to the next paragraph. It's like curiosity to know more about it.
Next occurrence, actually what happened in the next time.
Yes. So that makes you a good paragraph. A paragraph may be 10 of lines or five sentences or 10 sentences long. Okay. And you have to give an essence to the people they are reading your story, that they will have some understanding reading those, and also they will have an eagerness to know more. So that makes a good paragraph. It's not like if the reader reading one paragraph and they said, oh, sorry, I can't do it, maybe next time. That not makes a good paragraph.
Okay, that means good paragraph actually create a hungry situation in audience.
Yes. Yes. So next, we discussed about these photographs last time. And I think from my first slides to these slides, something has happened. What has happened? If you can tell me. If you can point the things, what has happened from the first slides to these slides? Anyone? That's a cue.
I think first it's not organizing.
Okay. Anything else? Sorry. Sorry, I think my son is begging. I need to tell him no, because I'm long time with all of you. Have you noticed anything? Nothing. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Sorry, I just need to say my son to stop.
Clock actually in this.
I can give you a clue. Okay. I have these trees in every slides. This. What has happened? Anyone?
This tree was aparted from each other, and now it is joined, or it is get connected.
Okay. Now
it is not connected.
Okay. Now you got the point. So when we do a literature, all the information is apart. So you have different information to different literature. So what you do, you just gather all of those information. Like if I say it's a branch.
Selected by a tree. All information is included in a tree.
Yes. So it's like different information in different place. You all gather. For a researcher, it is your responsibility or it is your duty to gather those information to a centralized place. Then your reader, your listener,
at a glance,
they understand what you are saying about the subject. So that is your creativity. So that is your creativity to perform the task. Okay, so to join each of the every branches together and then give the full view of a tree. Okay, okay. Last week we talked about these three images, but I'm not sure that you have prepared anything for this week, as we were very busy. But if you couldn't prepare the descriptions or narration for this any of these three photographs, I would request you to do for this week, and we will email you definitely tomorrow or Sunday. What is your task? So you have to do a individual task and also a group task, and this is mandatory. So I think we will take this training to Saturday. That Saturday, all of our employee will be present, and they have to present on their working hours. What we want to do, we want to learn something together, because if you don't practice, we can't learn things. You have to practice to learn things, and that is mandatory for our employee. So what I will request you all, just choose one photographs from here, and narrate it on your own way. What do you feel? And email it to us. So we have 4 people here, so I would request all of you to write, choose any of the photographs, take a picture from your mobile, and write it down which one you want to describe. And we will discuss about it. The more you will write and more we discuss, you will learn more, because we are not all perfect. We have problems, we have leakage, and we have a lot of things. So when we practice, we can make ourselves perfect, or if it's not perfect, appropriate for the things we are doing. Do you have any question?
So actually, I didn't get you. What did you say in the office time? What will we do, or what is the submission date?
What I say that from next week we will move this session to Saturday. Then everyone in office time, they will join with us. So all of our researchers, they have to join this session.
Oh, okay, I got it, sir.
That's it. But for your tasks, you can choose any of the images here, and you can describe the images. If you can describe the images, the first thing you can do, describe anything. So I was a student. I was a student of digital broadcast, and we have to describe images. And I think if you have that habit, you can describe images, you can write in images, then you can write anything. It's not difficult to describe an image on your own way. This is called like imagination. You have to use your imagination to describe an image. When you can do that, you can describe any literature in your own words. So I think this is all about today. If you have any question, please let me know.
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
If I choose any topic from here, actually have any limitation or words limitation or page, how many page or something else? No.
There is any limitation. It's just open writing.
Okay.
We will know more about open writing, and we will know more about paradoxical and other things. But this is just for open writing. You can write a paragraph, you can write a page. That's up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is not, but this is a individual task, and we will have a group task as well. So we will select some people together to do a group task, and also we will assess the individual task. Then when we discuss about it, our next session will be more longer than as usual, because we don't have any tasks today. We will do some tasks together in our next session. Okay. Anyone have any more question?
So our next research class will be held on tomorrow or next week? Saturday.
No, not tomorrow. Not
It will be next week at Saturday.
next Saturday, because we are moving all of our classes to all of our training to Saturday instead of Friday, because Friday people have a lot of business and they can't join. So I think we will move it to Saturday, because we want to train our employee and we can't do it if they don't come, they don't turn up. So maybe it's for this Friday because they have work or commitments, because 6 days they work. So we have to understand that as well. Let's see. I think when office time, people will spend that time. And thank you everyone that you have spent more than 1.5 hours with me, and we have discussed a lot of things. If I mislead you or I misinformed you anything, just point it out. I am always happy to correct my information as my knowledge as well, because as I said, we don't know all the settings, or we also have leakage, and we also have less understanding of different things. So I also wanted to know and learn from you. If I have any mistake, let me know. And I also request you to, if you log into our website, rate this course. How do you think it will help you to be a researcher? I think it's better to rate our course.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm just stop sharing my screen. Where is my control gone? I can't see my controls. Where is, okay, there's my controls. Thank you. And bye-bye for today, and talk to you next week.